Situated high in the Andean hills, Machu Picchu sits atop a ridge overlooking several large valleys. Its iconic status as one of the world's most interesting places to visit means that millions of tourists enter the ancient citadel every year. Today we'll have a closer look at the beautiful sights and destinations of Machu Picchu. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's head into it. The large ruins, perfect masonry, and strange architecture has baffled researchers for many years and continue to captivate visitors en masse. The ancient city certainly allows us a glimpse into the lost culture of the Incas, but the site often asks more questions than it answers. Stretched over 12 kilometers per square, Machu Picchu is a wealth of interesting sights, and one can literally spend hours wandering from marvel to marvel, getting lost in a city of wonders. Number 1. The Sun Gate. When you arrive at Machu Picchu via the Inca Trail, you enter the ancient Inca city through the Sun Gate. Famed for the photo ops, the Sun Gate doesn't always live up to its name. If arrived in the early morning, there is often very heavy cloud cover at Machu Picchu, usually clearing around 10 or 11 a.m. You can hike back up to the Sun Gate for a more picturesque view. However, this viewing spot will be very crowded with travelers eager for their own Instagram-worthy selfie at the famous site. Number 2. HUAYNA Pichu. The mountain in the background of so many Machu Picchu photos is called HUAYNA Pichu, an activity in its own right. You can buy tickets to climb the mountain for some truly incredible views of the lost city ruins. There are actually a few different options around HUAYNA Pichu of varying degrees of difficulty. You'll encounter the Moon Temple and see a more secluded view of the mountains as you wend your way through the classic Peruvian landscape. Number 3. Central Plaza. The Central Plaza essentially separates the ceremonial section of Machu Picchu from the residential and industrial areas. When visiting this plaza, you will be surrounded by roofless stone structures and steep green terraces. This location is another place where you will see llamas roaming through the area and grazing on the grass. If you want to have a great view of the HUAYNA Pichu, this is the best spot to see it. Number 4. The Inca Trail. The Inca Trail remains one of the most popular ways to cross Machu Picchu. The trail is challenging but accessible for most travelers, provided you are relatively physically fit, or if not, you are willing to put up with some mild discomfort as you hike. The hike takes about 4 days. In recent years, the popularity of the Inca Trail and Machu Picchu have begun to threaten the natural landscape and fragile ruins. For this reason, a maximum number of hikers, porters, and guides on the trail is strictly enforced. Be sure to book your Inca Trail hike early. Along the Inca Trail, you'll pass many other ruins and learn of the Inca history in the surrounding area. When you reach Machu Picchu, nothing can beat the feeling of accomplishment and awe as you explore these ancient ruins. Number 5. Aguas Calientes. The small town of Aguas Calientes at the base of Machu Picchu is a classic overnight stop on tours to Machu Picchu. Visitors who take the train will often stay in the town for a night's rest before rising bright and early to catch the first bus to Machu Picchu in the morning. Aguas Calientes, literally translated, means hot water, and there are natural hot springs nearby, a very popular activity for tourists eager for some calm and rejuvenation after the high energy of Machu Picchu exploring. Number 6. House of the High Priest. Very little is known about the House of the High Priest, but this is a must-see when visiting Machu Picchu. The building is still standing with all 4 walls and can be found opposite Principal Temple and the Sacred Plaza and the Temple of the 3 Windows. These Inca structures are considered to be some of the best in the area. Number 7. Hut of the Caretaker of the Funerary Rock. The Hut of the Caretaker of the Funerary Rock is one of the buildings that has been restored as one of the most photogenic places in Machu Picchu. This location is believed to be where Inca nobility was mummified on the carved rock behind the hut. The views from this point offer one of the most dramatic views of the entire complex below. In addition, there is a good chance you'll see a small herd of alpacas and llamas enter Machu Picchu near Funerary Rock to graze on the grass along the terraces. Number 8. Principal Temple. Principal Temple is named after the perfection of its own construction, which is a fine example of the Inca masonry sophistication. The temple is located in Machu Picchu's sacred plaza and is a massive three-sided building made of beautiful cut stone. It is believed that principal temple was used for ceremonial offerings. If you want to experience this culture's Mainry at its finest, this is a spot you must visit. Number 9. Temple of the Moon. The Temple of the Moon is a secret shrine tucked away in a series of beautifully carved caves hidden from the main ruins on Hawaiian Pichu. This structure had a transcendental religious value of the community and is a unique place to explore. Rarely visited by those who like Hawaiian Pichu, those who do make the extra effort can witness some of the finest stonework in all of Machu Picchu. Number 10. Temple of the Sun. The only round building in Machu Picchu is the Temple of the Sun, a curved and tapering tower. The best way to view this site is from above, as the actual structure is off limits to visitors due to it being unstable. The Temple of the Sun is one of the most sacred temples found within the Inca citadel. You'll be amazed by the construction, especially the rounded walls and the trapezoid window, which made this temple available to the Incas for many uses, including solar observatory and offerings to their gods. If you enjoyed getting to know more about Machu Picchu and seeing its beauty, share this video with your friends and hit the like and subscribe button. Stay tuned to learn more about the fascinating places you can visit around the world. I'll see you in the next video.